Work is the essential thing that can make your life successful in a new country. Everything else can come later. Therefore, you have to have good communication abilities to interact with the right people in your field of interest, right vocabulary, and the best way to say your ideas are crucial. Here, I'm going to show you how to search for your new working opportunity in Canada and to participate in conversations in order to appear clever and comfortable. You will have here 1. Job searching ideas, 2. Templates, 3. Comments. This video will help you to find and get your work, adjust yourself to it, and settle in your new Canadian life. 1. Job searching ideas. Job searching ideas explanation. Everything you should know about working from home, March 1, 2021, by Indeed editorial team. With the continued spread of COVID-19, many companies have asked their employees to work from home. More will likely do the same as we continue to see the effects of the virus. While it can seem like a simple transition, working from home can be challenging, especially when it comes to productivity, communication, and motivation. In this article, we'll discuss best practices for working from home, including staying motivated, productive, and healthy. Staying productive while working remotely. While working from home has its perks, it can be distracting. Errands, chores, family, housemates, TV, social media, and pets can easily shift your attention. Here are some tips for eliminating distractions and boosting productivity while working from home. 1. Dress for success. It can feel tempting to roll out of bed and over to your laptop in your pajamas. If you're dressed for sleep, it can be much harder to get your brain in productivity mode. Try maintaining your regular morning routine to set boundaries between working and living at home. In place of your morning commute, you might try another activity to boost productivity, such as a walk, light workout, or meditation. Then, get dressed and ready for your day and make a healthy breakfast. Dressing for the tasks ahead of you will make you feel more motivated and is also a helpful practice in case of unexpected video meetings. 2. Set and follow a schedule. It is important to set your working hours apart from your personal home time. For transparency, tell your manager when your working hours are when working from home and indicate on your calendar when you are available. Here are a few tips on managing your daily schedule to optimize productivity. Start each day off by reviewing the tasks you need to get done to make progress towards your goals that day and throughout the week. Prioritize your tasks by understanding the time investment, complexity, and impact of each. Provide key status updates to your manager and other team members at an agreed-upon cadence. Take regularly scheduled breaks to stretch, get outside, and rest your brain. Health and productivity suffer when we don't build in regular breaks for our brains and bodies. The brain is like any other muscle, it needs to rest. These breaks can take any form, including meditating, reading a chapter of a book, listening to a podcast, doing a short yoga video, taking a walk. 3. Create a workspace. If possible, it is best to set aside a separate space in your home for work. This will help you separate your home and work activities and boost productivity when you're working in your designated space. Communicate with your friends and roommates that even though you are at home, you are off limits during your scheduled work hours. Video technology is also an incredible tool to leverage when working remotely. It helps us to stay connected even when we are very far apart. To optimize your video meetings, you should test out your computer microphone, speakers, and camera before important meetings to make sure they work. Be conscious of your physical background when in meetings. Change to something more professional when needed. Use your video camera whenever possible. Keeping your camera on can improve understanding and communication. 4. Pay attention to burnout. The fusion of workspace and home space can lead to a lack of boundaries and breaks. Align with your manager and team on expected work outcomes so you are focusing less on how much you work and more on what you achieve. If you still feel overworked, create work start and stop rituals. Forced movement moments, such as walking the dog, scheduled stretches, and gamified breaks. For example, try the Pomodoro method by focusing for 25 minutes, then taking a mandatory 5-minute break. Here are some additional ways to create boundaries around work and home time. Shut down your computer at the end of day. Avoid opening your email or online chat after you've decided to sign off. Identify an activity that starts around the time you need to disconnect, such as a workout class, errand, or appointment with a friend. Communicating with remote teammates. When working from home, in-person communications are limited. That means you're not as able to rely on building rapport through small talk, body language, and facial expressions. To maintain healthy communications with colleagues while working remote, here are a few things to keep in mind. 1. Schedule daily or weekly stand-ups. For software teams, a stand-up is a daily meeting that involves the core team, highlights progress, and helps flag blockers. In the standard format of a stand-up, each team member comes prepared to answer these questions. What did I work on yesterday? What am I working on today? What issues are blocking me? The daily reinforcement of sharing individual successes and plans keeps everyone excited about the team's overall contribution to the organization. 2. Make online chat your main office. Many companies and teams use online chat to stay connected both personally and on work-related topics. You might consider creating light-hearted channels where people can share updates about non-work-related subjects such as cooking, exercise or pets. You should also use chat regularly to communicate as frequently as possible around key goals and progress towards them. 3. Combat miscommunication. Communicating at a distance can lead to miscommunication and misunderstandings. This is partly because the rich texture of face-to-face communication, including body language and facial expressions, tends to collapse in written format. If you notice back and forth messages or negative tone creeping in, use it as your cue to use phone or video. If you find yourself feeling offended or annoyed at someone's message, remember that we tend to perceive neutral written messages as negative. When in doubt, talk it out. Ask questions to understand your colleagues' intentions. 4. Keep the team spirit. When working from home, it is more important than ever to create spaces to interact with your teammates beyond projects and status updates. Working remotely can bring feelings of loneliness that might catch some people off guard. Here are some ways to connect. While working from home, use online chat as your office water cooler and happy hour. Set up an optional lunchtime video chat to discuss fun topics, such as a book you all choose to read together or your favorite homemade work from home meals. Virtual team building can help replace valuable in-person forms of communication that are missing from the remote office. Managing a remote team, leading remotely can present a certain set of unique challenges, especially if this is a new transition for you or your team. Planning, communication and expectation setting can help maintain contentness and productivity. Here are some tips for managing a remote team. 1. Communicate clear expectations. Take a moment to plan. What do you need to achieve, by when, and what changes might you need to make to your original quarterly plan and goals? Type it up so you can start discussing it with your team. You will avoid misunderstandings. When you create a document that serves as a source of truth, you might also share the document with stakeholders and other teams you collaborate with. Schedule a team meeting to discuss if there are any new expectations and what, if anything, has changed with working remotely. In your agenda, include goal responsibilities and ownership, how often updates are expected, and in what form: written, video chat, recording, stand-up, communication norms, which technology you want to use for each type of message, expected response time, dark time, etc. 2. Cherish and protect your one-on-one time. One-on-ones are a time to make sure you and each member of your team are working towards the same objectives, that the work that is being completed is the right work, and most importantly, to check on the well-being and engagement of your team. Regular check-ins stop larger issues from festering, allow for immediate and regular feedback, and promote open communication. Dedicated one-on-one time with your team members becomes even more critical and important. When managing a team virtually, try allocating between 30 minutes to 1 hour with each of your direct reports for a one-on-one each week. Getting the most out of one-on-ones, many factors dictate the best way to structure your meetings for success, including the emotional needs of those you manage, your relationship and the team member's experience level. The most important element in a successful one-on-one is creating a space where people feel comfortable discussing the issues and concerns on their minds. These meetings are primarily for the employee and their participation is vital. Pro tip: pre-populate a shared agenda. It will help you provide context prior to the meeting and also allows both parties to take ownership of the meeting. Timebox the topics you know you need to cover. With the constantly evolving media coverage of COVID-19 and this new way of working remotely for some, it is possible your team may be feeling overwhelmed or anxious. One of the responsibilities of a manager is to ensure your team feels supported and informed at all times. Start your one-on-one with an open-ended question. This allows the most important and top-of-mind topics to surface. Here are some questions you might try. How are you feeling? What is on your mind? Do you feel like you have clear priorities? Do you feel in the loop? Do you feel isolated from the rest of the team? What are you most excited about? What are you most worried about? How can I help you? Once you've fully heard their answers, be a facilitator of solutions, uncover what they're excited about, how you can mentor them to be successful, and unblock them to do their best work. 3. Provide feedback often. If employees are more familiar with working in an office environment where they receive feedback daily, the silence in a remote position could cause uncertainty or confusion. It's easy to assume the worst about your work when you don't hear otherwise. Regular feedback lets employees know where they stand, gets everyone on the same page, and reduces the chance of a surprise and disagreements during a more formal review. 4. Share relevant information in a prompt, inclusive and organized way. Keep employees informed by sharing information broadly to all team members in a timely manner. Your leadership is necessary for sharing relevant information that you need to trickle down to your team. Take time to understand what's being communicated, why and what is being asked from your team. Choose the right medium or a combination depending on the message and its implications. Some messages will require an email followed by a team meeting. When working remotely, especially in the beginning, more communication is better than less. Sometimes, and depending on your communication style, you can replace a long email with a video. Get the other videos, they will help you to move and adjust yourself to your new life here in Canada. I wish I could say some nice words and cool you down, but here is the thing, you have to go deep into your practice to develop your skills to talk. We post 3 videos every week, videos of English, French and on the Canadian job market. We teach you the basics of grammar, pronunciation, and vocabulary in English and French. Also, this video improves your chances to get a job in Canada. You can have all the videos if you hit the subscribe button and like and bell icons to receive them and increase your ability to speak and settle in Canada. 2. Templates explanation. 10 resume attributes to include in your job application. November 2, 2021, by Indeed editorial team. When drafting application materials, considering resume attributes can provide you with a strong foundation for what to include in the skills section. These attributes include both personal and professional capabilities. By knowing which attributes to include on your resume, you can make a great first impression with the hiring manager and increase your chances of receiving an invitation to interview. In this article, we explain what resume attributes are and provide a list of 10 to consider including on your resume. What are resume attributes? Resume attributes refer to the qualities you want to include on your resume. These qualities increase your chances of being hired and provides potential employers with realistic expectations of your skills and capabilities. Including the right attributes requires research about each unique job position and reflecting on your own characteristics and strengths. 10 attributes to consider. Here's a list of 10 attributes to consider including on your resume. 1. Honesty. Including honesty on your resume demonstrates integrity, which is a quality many employers appreciate when hiring new team members. Being honest involves remaining open and truthful when speaking to your employer and coworkers. This ensures that employers can trust you with confidential information and rely on you to hold yourself accountable. Here are some tips related to showing professional honesty. Fulfill your promises. When promising something to your employer or coworkers, you can consider whether your goals are realistic. This ensures you fulfill your promises and provide employers and team members with realistic expectations. For example, you can also consider whether your deadlines and workloads are realistic. If not, you can discuss this with your manager to ensure you keep your promises and general commitments. By doing so, you demonstrate reliability to your employer. Consider your environment. Consider how your environment reflects the personality you display to others. For example, to portray high productivity and organization, you can clean your workspace regularly. This promotes honesty with yourself and projects professionalism to those around you. Remain focused. You may find it beneficial to remain focused on what you know to be true. This ensures you consistently remain honest by sharing truthful, accurate information. Remaining focused on fact-checked, reliable information allows you to accomplish tasks efficiently and communicate with others honestly. For example, when encountering situations where misinformation about products or projects spreads, consider asking your supervisor about your individual requirements and remaining focused on your tasks. 2. Accountability. Consider how you can take responsibility for your actions. If you make mistakes on projects or discover errors, you can also show accountability by discussing the errors with your supervisors and teammates. This shows them that you're reliable and that you prioritize projects and their overall management. Demonstrating accountability improves the overall trust between you and your colleagues. This results in improved company culture and increased employee well-being. You can show accountability on your resume by highlighting various challenges and events that generated positive outcomes from complex situations. Here are some events at previous jobs to discuss when demonstrating accountability on your resume. Involve others. Consider whether you have the tools required to complete tasks and responsibilities. Whether you're a member of upper management or an employee, you might want to consider delegating tasks to others or discussing these tasks with your supervisor. If you discover that you lack specific knowledge, your supervisor may reassign tasks to other employees. When discussing this on your resume, identify instances when you worked in teams, along with the outcome of those teams. Discuss clear expectations. You can also use your resume to provide employers with clear expectations of your abilities. Consider instances when you provided your coworkers with clear expectations. This ensures that project completion progresses smoothly because all employees receive tasks they're qualified to do. If you're a team leader or member of upper management, discuss your expectations of your team. 3. Organization. Organizational skills are desirable traits in candidates because they demonstrate your ability to navigate your schedule and prioritize tasks. Candidates who have strong organizational skills also increase overall productivity and efficiency by ensuring you complete projects on time and meet expected standards. When employers hire multiple candidates with excellent organization and planning skills, the company may experience improved culture and employee well-being. Discuss how you used your organizational skills in the past and whether those skills increased your productivity and efficiency. 4. Ethics. When establishing which attributes to include in your resume, you might also want to consider your own ethics and whether you consistently prioritize those ethics. Consider whether the company you send your application to shares some of these values. If so, you can include those traits in your resume. To determine whether the company shares your values, you might want to read the job posting and the company's website. Candidates who prioritize their ethics and values also demonstrate increased integrity and consistently maintain the company's interests and confidentiality. 5. Punctuality. Candidates who have strong punctuality also demonstrate time management skills. When including traits in your resume, you may want to think of events that required punctuality and how your previous time management had a positive impact on your place of employment. For example, candidates who demonstrate punctuality typically deliver tasks within their deadlines. 6. Flexibility. Candidates who demonstrate flexibility are also adaptable. They typically adapt to change more efficiently and meet deadlines despite obstacles. This may require you to reorganize your schedule as situations arise. When you discover issues in your career, flexibility enables you to persevere and create positive outcomes from difficult situations. In your resume, discuss situations that required flexibility and how that helped you succeed in previous roles. 7. Teamwork. Many job positions require you to work in a team, which is why teamwork is an essential skill to include in your resume. You can discuss any teams you previously worked with, along with how you helped those teams accomplish their goals. This requires self-reflection and consideration of your strengths and weaknesses. Collaboration increases overall efficiency and productivity, so you may also find it beneficial to include these aspects when discussing your teamwork skills. Here are some ways to demonstrate teamwork. Recognize your team members. When working in teams, consider your team members' accomplishments and how they contribute to the overall project. Team members who feel appreciated work more efficiently, and your project may experience increased productivity and efficiency. To show your appreciation for your coworkers, consider announcing their accomplishments during team meetings. When including this information on your resume, you can discuss instances when you worked in teams and how those teams helped you achieve larger company goals or complete projects. Discuss instances when you acknowledged the help your coworkers provided and how your colleagues reacted to your acknowledgement. Participate in team building activities. To demonstrate your teamwork skills, you may want to both suggest and participate in team building activities. By suggesting activities, you demonstrate initiative and show employers or hiring managers you prioritize your relationship with your coworkers. When team building opportunities arise, you can also take part in them to establish strong professional relationships with your colleagues. Having strong relationships with coworkers increases overall employee satisfaction and improves company culture. 8. Technological literacy. Technological literacy implies that you have the knowledge required to navigate various technological systems. When including this on your resume, you can discuss potential courses completed that qualified you for the systems used in your desired job position. For example, graphic designers may want to discuss the education they received that qualified them for various design software. 9. Creativity. Creativity suggests you have various new ways of thinking about solutions to common problems and roadblocks. This skill also ensures that you suggest creative ideas and suggestions during team meetings or brainstorming sessions. Here are some situations to discuss on your resume to show how you previously used creativity at work. Create brainstorming walls. Some professionals use brainstorming walls in their office, which detail various ideas for the workplace. You can also use these walls to write Any suggestions or questions for team meetings? If you want to create a brainstorming wall, you might want to use a whiteboard in your office. Alternatively, you can also use post-it notes on your wall. Optimize your environment to demonstrate your creativity. Consider your workstation. Consider the various ways in which you can express your personality in your office. This may involve putting up photos of friends and family, adding some plants for decoration. 10 problem-solving candidates who demonstrate strong problem-solving skills are desirable because they demonstrate their ability to persevere through complex issues. You can include these skills on your resume, regardless of your field or industry. Consider how you used your problem-solving skills in the past and discuss these skills on your resume. Get all the videos to know how to contact your future employer in Canada, how to write a nice resume and cover letter, and to search for a nice job. Here in the description, you have some employers who want to give a letter to invite you to apply for Canadian immigration and join them. Get this data and contact them. You may get a job and go to Canada. 3 tips, free tips. How to start a new career in 8 steps with helpful tips. November 2, 2021, by Indeed editorial team. Whether you're entering the workforce for the first time or considering making a career change to a different role or industry, it's essential to know how to navigate this transition. Learning how to start a new career can help you better prepare for this exciting change. Once you've learned how to get started, you can focus your time and resources on excelling in your new role. In this article, we explain how to start a new career in 8 steps, discuss what to know before starting a career, and share some tips for getting started. How to start a new career. If you're curious about how to start a new career, know that it's important to have a strategic plan to help you achieve success. Here are 8 steps to help you navigate the process of starting your career. 1. Make a list of your interests and talents. Create a list of your hobbies, skills, and passions. Consider anything you enjoy doing, even if it doesn't seem related to a traditional career. For example, if you like spending time outside, cooking, or helping other people, list what you find fulfilling about each of these activities. Note any themes or patterns on your lists to help you find a suitable career match. Identifying your talents and hobbies can help you uncover what you're passionate about and which careers may suit you. 2. Consider your career preferences. Determine the type of job you want and what you want out of your career. Knowing your career aspirations can help you determine the kind of education you require and the types of positions to apply for. In addition, consider your preferences regarding a job's commute time, location, average salary, and typical work schedule. Identifying these criteria can help you to prioritize your choices and help you narrow down your research. 3. Review your qualifications. Every job in the workforce requires specific skills and qualifications. Before you pursue a career, consider your education level and your abilities. You may consider jobs that align with your current credentials, or you may be required to develop your skills and achieve additional qualifications so that you can be successful in a new job. Assess your skills by considering your strengths and weaknesses. If you find self-analyzing difficult, consider asking former colleagues or a friend that knows you well. Once you're aware of your weaknesses, you can take steps to improve them. 4. Research industries and careers. Consider researching jobs and industries that align with your qualifications and interests. For example, if you love science and helping people, consider a job in the healthcare industry. Use an online search engine to research industries and employment across different sectors. Read job descriptions to learn more about each position's responsibilities and required skills to help you determine if you're qualified for the position. You may also consider speaking directly with professionals in the field and asking them questions to gain additional insight into a specific career. 5. Consider volunteering or interning. Consider becoming a volunteer or intern to provide you with further insight into a career or industry. Research opportunities online or talk to someone at your university's career center to learn about various intern or volunteer positions you might find interesting. Keep in mind that most internships or volunteer opportunities don't offer you monetary compensation. They may provide you with valuable experience that can be beneficial in future endeavors. In addition, interning or volunteering allows you to shadow working professionals and ask them about their jobs. Hearing about their experiences can help you make a well-informed career decision. 6. Find a mentor. Connect with a working professional in the industry that has sparked your interest. Establishing a professional relationship with someone in your prospective field can help you gain valuable insight and advice based on their personal experiences. Consider researching industry professionals whose work you admire or whose jobs you find interesting. Then, connect with them via email. A mentor may even connect you with other industry professionals who can help you establish your career even further. Having someone willing to teach you what they wish they had known at your current stage in your career is invaluable. 7. Pursue the right qualifications. Once you make a career choice, research the standard requirements for the job you're interested in. Some jobs require specific degrees or certifications. After your research, spend time pursuing the common qualifications for the position you want. If you don't already have them, some employers may allow you to begin working, as long as you're actively pursuing a qualification at the time of employment. 8. Apply for positions. After pursuing the common qualifications for the job you're interested in, research open positions. Once you find jobs that align with your qualifications, apply online or in person. Keep in mind that different companies may have additional requirements for the same job title. Therefore, carefully review the description for the job you're interested in to ensure you meet the specific requirements for that role. Prepare for interviews by researching potential questions and answers for the specific position for which you're applying. What to know before starting a new career. There are some preparations that you can do before beginning a new career. If you adequately prepare for this new phase of your professional career, you can increase your likelihood of being successful. 3 preparations to consider before starting a new career include writing a strong resume. Writing an effective resume that best highlights your skills, experience, education, and accomplishments. A well-organized resume tailored to the job you're applying for gives you a better chance of securing it. Strengthening your transferable skills. Strengthening your soft skills as they're valuable in a variety of industries. Developing transferable skills such as problem-solving, critical thinking, leadership, and adaptability can help you find success in pursuing a different job in the future. Remaining teachable. Although you may have completed your education or onboarding, remain teachable and eager to learn and develop throughout your career. Employers look to hire employees who are willing to learn on the job. Tips for starting a new career. Here are some tips that you can use if you're starting a new career. Be open to new opportunities. No matter what stage of your career you're at, it's beneficial to be open to new opportunities. Although you may have specific plans or expectations for your career, know that it's okay if your plans change. Professionals switch careers all the time and find success and happiness in their new roles. If an opportunity for a new job comes along that you're interested in, consider what you may lose and gain from inquiring about the position. Do some research and ask questions to uncover more information so that you can make an informed decision before taking on a new role. Follow your curiosities. Passions are often fleeting, so it's best to follow your curiosities. Following your curiosities entails noticing what continuously draws your attention and pursuing it. For example, if you constantly find your mind meandering to cake recipes and cake designs, you may want to consider working as a cake designer. Dedicate some time to something you're curious about to ensure that it's a genuine interest. If you're still considering the curiosity after some time, it may be time to find a career that matches this topic. Your curiosity may introduce you to career possibilities you may not have previously considered. Stay proactive, patient, and positive. When you're seeking work, try to be proactive and patient. Take the initiative by contacting companies to see if they have any job openings that aren't listed. Send a cover letter and your resume explaining why you want to work for the company and that you're qualified to do so. Remember that finding a job can take some time, so try to remain patient and enthusiastic throughout the process. Retaining a positive mindset may increase your chance of getting hired because positive people tend to come across as confident and enthusiastic, traits that many employers look for in candidates. Consider innovative approaches to stand out to potential employers. You may want to consider innovative approaches to the hiring process. Most candidates seeking a new job go through the same routine of updating a traditional resume and submitting it to various companies where they're interested in working. Many companies are beginning to realize that resumes aren't an accurate depiction of many candidates. Consider a story-based approach, such as creating a video explaining who you are, your credentials, and why you're the best candidate for the job. Also, consider making a website that includes all of your information and portfolio. Now that you have some examples and tips here, you are better prepared. Join us and write your story in the comments section below. Ask whatever you want in the comments and we will do our best to answer you. I will have you in our next video. Bye for now.